What was Hitler's mistake?
His greatest mistake was that he has lost the war.
The blood of American soldiers ended Hitler's dreams of conquest, but now the streets of Germany are breeding another generation of hate. Inside Edition investigates the rise of the new Nazis.
If you thought Hitler was just a bad memory, think again.
I am dreaming of a German Reich.
An inside look at the new wave of Nazi terror. Watch Inside Edition.
Tuesday at 3:30 on 7 Together.
A story many Germans don't want you to hear. The brigades of Hitler are coming back and are causing death and destruction. An Inside Edition investigation straight ahead.
He was one of the most evil men who ever lived, killing millions of innocent people, and his legacy shames Germany today. But now some Germans want Hitler to rise again. What was Hitler's mistake?
His greatest mistake was that he has lost the war.
Today, Inside Edition investigates the terror of the new Nazis.
Just one question.
You gotta go live.
She searched for the son she was forced to give away, but the reunion came too late.
A baby can't die like my son died and it not be covered up.
Meet the real people portrayed in the TV movie A Child Lost Forever. We confront the man whose wife killed little Dennis.
Why didn't you stop her before it was too late?
Let's go.
Stand by.
They're the last of a breed, riding the range and sleeping under the stars. But it's not just man and beast out there anymore.
She pull her own weight?
You bet. More than I could.
2, 1. Hello, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks for watching Inside Edition today. We have two very important investigations for you. One is about a little boy who was found dead, killed by his adoptive mother. But did a grown man stand by and watch the child being abused to death? Today, we will confront that man. But first, our lead story, a situation that has millions of people very worried. Over the weekend, close to 200,000 Germans demonstrated against the rise of racial hatred in the new united Germany. Groups of vicious Nazis are once again killing people. And Nancy Glass has our investigation. Nancy.
Bill, the rise of Nazi power in Germany. After World War II, people here in Berlin and across Germany said never again. Well, the frightening fact is, it is happening again. And the targets of these new or neo-Nazis are refugees who come here for a better life. These are not isolated incidents. They are violent and widespread. And there are reports of new Nazi attacks here every day. Berlin, 1989. Who can forget the pictures of joy? The wall had fallen. Communism was dead. But what it has led to in the new Germany is unemployment, confusion, and unbelievably, the rise of a new terror, neo-Nazis who glorify Hitler's old message. Nazis are again marching in the streets. Violent outbreaks are a daily threat. And they could profoundly impact Germany's future.
They're looking for some magic person like Hitler. Perhaps. We are not used to fight really difficulties. So we would like to do it by killing. It's the solution. It's the final solution.
The target of the new Nazi terror, refugees. Asians, Africans, and poor Europeans who come to Germany seeking political asylum and economic opportunity. The new German Nazis call these refugees impure blood, and they want to get rid of them.
Because they are strange, they have another way of life. And because they are costing a lot of money. We must give them rooms to live, houses to live in, because we must give them food to eat.
But his hatred of foreigners goes far deeper than economic concerns. What about people who have accomplished a lot? Doctors, for example.
I'm sure we did not need any doctor from Africa or any doctor from Asia to cure our own population.
But many say new Nazis like Christian Warsch are the real epidemic in Germany. He agreed to meet us only at night at his secret safe house in Hamburg. Warsch is 36 years old, the son of a doctor in Hitler's SS. In his 20s, Warsch spent 4 years in prison for his activities. But that didn't stop him.
Things belongs to the party I belong to.
Warsch's office, like his extremist party, is well organized. He showed off his political library, but he didn't show us this photo album of his political enemies, nor did he want us to see the political tools behind his door: bars, bats, a sword, even a riot helmet with visor. Do you believe in a master race?
I believe the most of our people, of our race, are not better, but means can do some things that Negroes or that people from Asia didn't can.
How will you make the refugees leave Germany?
We send them back to their own countries, giving them a ticket, bringing them to the airport, and say bye-bye.
But this is how Germans said bye-bye to refugees in Rostock. It was a ticket to hell. This Baltic port city erupted in riots in August. German teenagers attacked a refugee shelter, destroying everything in sight. The police moved in and then pulled out. Inside this inferno, 100 Vietnamese were trapped. Eyewitness Thomas Oiting, a reporter for German network ZDF, and his crew were there.
It was the fire going on downstairs, it was the smoke coming up, and it was this attempt of the whole group to find a way out. Everything was locked. There was no way to get out.
As foreigners, we are first in line. Next, there will be women and children and handicapped people.
After 2 hours, the group broke through to the roof and escaped to the building next door.
People who come to Germany as refugees, as people who ask for asylum, and they should get our help. And instead, what they get for many years, for many months now, they get brutality.
So what has changed here in Rostock since the summer's riots? Well, not very much, really. The refugees haven't gotten any money with which to rebuild their apartments or replace their belongings. The Nazis are still active in the area, and the government doesn't seem to have the will or the means to stop the violence. It's not just Rostock, but in Berlin, Frankfurt, Quedlinburg, Halle, cities across Germany where foreigners are being attacked almost daily. It's reminiscent of a time 60 years ago. What was Hitler's mistake?
His greatest mistake was that he has lost the war, the last war.
How far will you go to get what you want?
It doesn't matter for me what my enemies try to do with me, whether they try to kill me or to injure me, or whether they try to bring me again in the prison.
Journalist Nicholas Frank knows the Nazi past firsthand. His father, Hans Frank, was a major Nazi leader during World War II. He says he is absolutely opposed to the new Nazi movement.
I find my father nowadays here and there, and he's growing in 1,000 other persons. The same kind of slimy character and the same kind of cowardness.
His father, Hans Frank, was one of Hitler's gang convicted at the Nuremberg trials. His sentence, death by hanging.
He brought to millions of people this fear of death, and now for one time in his life, he got it himself, and it is justice.
Despite the Nuremberg trials and Nazi films documenting atrocities, the new Nazis cling to an old lie. The Holocaust never happened. What you're saying is there were no gas chambers and no one was exterminated at Auschwitz?
I personally believe that there was no gas chambers, but the problem is I can't discuss this thing in Germany because we have a special law that forbids me to say there was no gas chambers.
A lot of people believe that if the violence continues, it will chase away business.
We have our own business. We didn't need so much businessmen from other countries.
He's dangerous. He's dangerous. He looks good. Oh, he's well dressed, as I know. And he's very clever. And he feeds German people with which they want to hear.
What What's more troubling still, 30% of Germans in a recent survey said they would not intervene during an attack on refugees. They look innocent, but they are babes in Hitler's arms shouting hateful slogans outside a refugee shelter in Thal, East Germany. The police do nothing, even though the night before some Nazi sympathizers broke into the shelter and sexually assaulted a Vietnamese woman. Back in Berlin, it's Nazi night at this social club. Every Friday, skinheads take over this and other public clubs in Berlin. Here they sing illegal Nazi songs, wear T-shirts saying "The Final Solution," and kick each other on the dance floor. Our undercover visit was cut short when someone with a black ski mask pulled a gun, and we had to run for our lives. But Christian Warsh says people like him are only doing what's best for Germany.
A lot of people will hear this, and they will think that you are hateful and dangerous and just plain crazy.
They might see it this way, I see it another way. That I work for my people, that I work for the interests of the people, most of the people in Germany.
Nicholas Frank also sees history repeating itself with horrific consequences.
I don't think that they will kill them by gas again, because I hope that the foreign countries have a close look on these German people. But as you can see, there are other ways to kill them. And I fear it very much.
Now some people here in Germany are afraid that the neo-Nazis might actually win seats in parliament during the next election. That's because a recent survey showed that up to 20% of Germans would consider voting for a right-wing political party. So what's the government doing about this? Well, instead of trying to protect the refugees, they're caving into the neo-Nazis. Chancellor Kohl has proposed changing the Constitution to allow fewer refugees into this country. Bill?
Thanks, Nancy, for that report. And one more footnote. Just 2 days ago, 1,000 Nazis showed up at a cemetery to pay homage to the SS assassins who are buried there. Hard to believe. Coming next, as Inside Edition moves along, we'll investigate the death of a little boy and confront the man who might have stopped it.
The only thing I could say is, my God, they beat my baby to death.
They never said Lois beat Dennis. They never saw Lois beat Dennis, because Lois didn't beat Dennis.
KLAQ and Delta are giving you the word. One world.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
One nation.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
Is your land the wayward land?
One station. 95.5 FM. KLAQ.
Circus Vargas is appearing in El Paso November 19th through the 22nd and in Las Cruces November 23rd through the 25th. Welcome to the world of colossal elephants, death-defying flying trapeze, captivating chimpanzees, the motorcycle globe of death, hilarious clowns, and much, much more. See Circus Vargas at the El Paso County Coliseum and at Hadley and Solano in Las Cruces. Tickets on sale at the Trevino Mall in El Paso, Walmart in Las Cruces, at Ticketmaster, and at the Circus. Free kids coupons at all furs. See family entertainment at its finest. See Circus Vargas.
Tell me. Did you see it? Did you see it? It's on the street making hearts beat. Did you see it? Did you see it? The country's learning, the place to be learning. Did you see it? We're making news on what to do. Come on, and turn it on. Hey,
Cable TV's grabbing headlines with the hottest hits anywhere. Now we're making news with big savings on Showtime when you order cable TV. Get Showtime movie exclusives, Father of the Bride, and The Fisher King. The top box office hits, including Terminator 2 Judgment Day and The Doctor. Call now to see Showtime award-winning originals, family entertainment, boxing, and comedy specials. It's all on cable, 24-hour news, sports, special children's programming, music videos. 7 days a week of great entertainment. The word is out. Call now and see it on Showtime.
Call 772-8777 now and get free installation when you order Showtime. Operators are waiting for your call. Ask about our special Showtime offer.
He was only 3 years old when he died, killed by a brutal adoptive mother. And the town where he lived kept the terrible secret for more than 20 years until the child's real mother demanded the truth. The case was the subject of a TV movie last night, but Inside Edition has been investigating the terrible incident for 2 years. Tony Cox with our report.
Jerry, 8 weeks in solitary.
If this TV movie were not based on real life, it might seem far too tragic to be true. In A Child Lost Forever, actress Beverly D'Angelo plays a pregnant juvenile delinquent. When her child is born, welfare officials force her to sign him over for adoption.
I'm not signing these papers. I'm not signing my baby away. You have to, Jerry. We're only thinking about what's best for the baby.
If this tale about a wronged mother named Jerry Sherwood were fiction, it might end happily with a mother and child reunion. But in Jerry's sad story, when she found her boy after 18 years of separation, it was here. He had died at the age of 3, and no one could honestly tell her why.
A baby can't die like my son died and it not be covered up. And in my estimation, all of them covered it up.
Jerry's son had been named Dennis by his adoptive parents, Lois and Harold Juergens, who lived here in idyllic White Bear Lake, Minnesota. But Jerry would soon discover her baby's life with them had been anything but idyllic. Jerry unearthed a 1965 newspaper clipping reporting that Dennis's body was covered with bruises at the time of death.
My God, they beat my baby to death. And I guess it was just an instinct. I knew that's what had happened.
Jerry then set out to prove that not only did prolonged physical abuse contribute to his death, but that the torture was at the hand of his adoptive mother, Lois, a woman with a long history of serious mental illness.
Please help my son. Put this woman away.
I'm afraid we can't. At this point, there isn't much we can do.
Put her in jail.
Forget jail. There's no crime here. We can't arrest her without a crime.
Dennis is dead. Isn't that crime enough?
After battling the system for years, Jerry Sherwood finally saw Lois Juergens put on trial. Inside Edition's Jeff Cole first reported this story 2 years ago. Jeff had a frightening confrontation with the man who, according to witnesses, stood by and watched it happen. Dennis's adoptive father, Harold Juergens.
Why didn't you stop her before it was too late? Stop Lois from what?
From beating Dennis.
I never said Lois beat Dennis.
Not even Dennis's autopsy pictures could shake Harold's memory of the brutal events.
You didn't see the abuse in that home?
I did not see the abuse in that home.
How could you miss that?
How?
How?
Because it wasn't there.
Lois Juergens was found guilty of third-degree murder and sentenced to 25 years in prison. Jerry Sherwood sat on the courtroom set during the filming of A Child Lost Forever. She is proud that justice has been served, and with this movie, she is confident that little Dennis's memory has been served too.
He's going to be a very remembered little boy. He didn't have a chance to make his mark, but the people that loved him had that chance to do it for him.
Well, Lois Juergens is up for parole in 1995. Meantime, Jerry Sherwood has become an activist for children's rights. Coming next, she's a real-life cowboy, or is it cow person? We'll meet her in just a few moments.
What do you suppose makes it so special for you?
Just because my dad did it, and kind of follow along his footsteps.
Ground transportation arranged through General Rent-A-Car, the only company where you can earn $50 U.S. savings bonds with just 4 rentals of a quality Chrysler compact or larger car.
On Thursday, Inside Edition investigates a man some call a health menace.
Are you unemployed or need a better job? Do you know in the back of your mind that you could do better? Then listen closely, because this commercial could change your life. Western Technical Institute is preparing students today for a stable, well-paying career tomorrow. We only offer courses that can get you good-paying, high-demand jobs. That's the secret to our success, and that can be the secret to your success, too.
I need that with training. I would always be in demand in the medical field.
Without some real training, I didn't have a chance. But with the financial aid I qualified for, I've got my chance.
With the education you receive here, you can create a whole new future for yourself. Our course options include automotive technology, electronic microcomputer technology, medical assisting, refrigeration and air conditioning technology, and welding. Call now for a free brochure that will answer all your questions to the course you're interested in.
The instructors gave me the confidence and know-how I needed to make a great future for myself.
The teachers and staff really helped me believe that I can make a difference.
Western Tech is accredited by the Accrediting Commission for Trade and Technical Schools of the Career College Association to assure you of a quality education. Call now to get the education to begin your new future.
At Western Technical Institute here in El Paso, I learned the skills I need to perform my job's actual everyday tasks.
After graduation, I wasn't on my own. Margaret in the job placement department helped me get this great job.
Get your diploma. Begin your future. Your future depends on Western Tech. Call us now.
Call the toll-free number on your screen, and I will give you all the information you need to get your diploma and begin your career. Classes are forming now, so call right away. Just let me know which courses you're interested in, and I will send you a brochure with information on specific classes, enrollment, and job placement. Call today and begin your future now with Western Tech.
Call 1-800-522-2072.
Stains are slippery and fine. The shirt is quicker than the eye. Biz gets the stains that gets by you. For Mom, it's really not much fun when they do their duck and run. So Biz gets the stains that gets by you.
Any color-safe bleach can whiten and brighten, but look how Biz seeks out and powers out tough kid stains like these.
Biz gets the stains that gets by you.
They are an endangered species, very few of them left, yet they are an important part of America. They are cowboys, and they still roam the range. Scott Rappaport is traveling inside America for us and found some cowboys on the LX Ranch in Amarillo. Here's Scott's report.
Cruising through the fabled heartland of Amarillo, if you look hard enough, you can still find a lonesome breed of man whose legend is as big as all of Texas.
This here's life on the range, and these are the last of the real cowboys.
Amidst a cloud of dust and a horde of cattle, they are history on horseback, a window to our past, a reflection of their roots.
I've grown up around it. My dad done it, and my grandparents, and all my uncles. It's just a way of life, but it's a pretty good way of life.
It is the life of their forefathers going back 150 years, a life of rounding up cattle and cooking outdoors under the tent by the old chuck wagon. A life of sleeping out on the range in tents and teepees beneath the exquisite burn of a Texas sunset. And swapping stories beside the warm glow of a pot-bellied stove.
Why do you do this?
It's a lost art. It's a breed. The last of a breed.
Are you proud to be a cowboy?
I guess that's all I ever been. That's all I ever wanted to be.
Working cattle, riding good horses. That's what it's about, I guess.
A simple tradition of roping and ranching, best embodied by the group's most untraditional cowboy, Becky Carter.
Hey! What do you suppose makes it so special for you?
It's because my dad did it, and I kind of follow along his footsteps. I don't guess I'm trying to prove nothing to him, just maybe make him proud of me.
She pull her own weight?
You bet. More than I could. You bet.
There's a lot of people that puts a hat on and a pair of boots on and says, "Yippee-ki-yay, I'm a cowboy." That don't work.
Theirs, to be sure, is a simple life. A freelance ranch hand, we're told, is only apt to make about $50 a day. The work is seasonal, and there's not a lot of it. Many of the cowboys will be lucky if they work 3 months out of the year. They're also expected to have their own horse, which can tend to eat up a day's wages fast.
Ain't gonna get rich doing it, but it pays the bills, I guess.
Still, there are cattle to be driven and horses to ride amid some of the most breathtaking scenery on God's green earth. Plenty enough for the real cowboys.
Maybe it's bred into you to a certain extent. It's just there.
You gotta like doing it. It's just a way of life.
And those beautiful pictures were shot by Inside Edition photographer Michael Rose. And we will be right back.
Introducing new Pepperidge Farm gravy.
Hey, mind if I taste it?
Well, okay, sure. It's made with natural meat stocks, juices, and tender pieces of meat.
Tastes delicious.
Well, it's not surprising. In a taste test, gravy lovers preferred new Pepperidge Farm gravy over Heinz. In fact, it tastes so good, you'll never guess it's 98% fat-free.
Absolutely delicious. Thanks.
Yep. In a taste test against Heinz, it really cleaned up. New Pepperidge Farm gravy, preferred by gravy lovers.
I'll get the cereal, honey. Morning. You'll love this cereal. Where'd you come from? A different time when grains were kept whole for the natural hearty taste. Great grains, toasted wheat, oats, and barley, kept whole, full of flavor. Pecans, dates, raisins. Enjoy it with the missus. Thanks.
Great. Where'd you get this?
Mind if I tell her?
What was great back then is great grains now. A great cereal from Post.
Tell me. Did you see it? Did you see it? It's on the street making hearts beat. Did you see it? Did you see it? 'Cause country's learning, the place to be. Turning. Did you see it? We're making news so much too. Come on, and turn it on. Hey,
Cable TV's grabbing headlines with the hottest hits anywhere. Now we're making news with big savings on Showtime when you order cable TV. Get Showtime movie exclusives, Father of the Bride, and The Fisher King. The top box office hits, including Terminator 2 Judgment Day and The Doctor. Call now to see Showtime award-winning originals, family entertainment, boxing, and comedy specials. It's all on cable, 24-hour news, sports, special children's programming, music videos, 7 days a week of great entertainment. The word is out. Call now and see it on Showtime.
Call 772-8777 now and get free installation when you order Showtime. Operators are waiting for your call. Ask about our special Showtime offer.
And here's what's upcoming on Inside Edition.
In England, it was Fergie. In New York, Woody Allen. Now, Inside Edition reveals Brigitte Bardot's scandalous secret marriage and her possible suicide attempt just days ago. Brigitte Bardot, The Fall of an Idol.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. We hope you have enjoyed Inside Edition. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow.